Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin joined by my good friend Charles Davis. And Charles, it was maybe the most unlikely Super Bowl run we've seen in a long time. What a story. The Bengals had not won a playoff game since January of 1991. 4-11-1 last year, 2-14 the season before that. Bottom line, though, here they are, the AFC champs.
And Brandon, this is one of the more remarkable turnarounds in NFL history in recent years. In fact, most of the guys on this team weren't even born the last time they won a playoff game. Although, not that long ago, they had a stretch where they were in the playoffs seemingly every year, but couldn't win a playoff game. Now they've gotten that done. They're back in the Super Bowl. And remember, 2 Super Bowl appearances in their history. Number 16 and 23. Unfortunately, both times they ran into Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers.
Meanwhile, the LA Rams, they are back in the Super Bowl for the second time in 4 years. Remember, they lost Super Bowl 53 to the Patriots in Atlanta 13-3. But here they are trying to be the second team in 2 years after Tampa Bay last year to win the Super Bowl in their home stadium.
And we go back to that Super Bowl loss to the Patriots, and remember, they were an offensive juggernaut at that time. It only put up 3 points in that game, and they have been a little bit of a tough team to pin down over the last few years. They've had their shares of ups and downs, especially on the offensive side of the ball, but they've always had that great defense, and they're looking to ride that crew to a Super Bowl crown.
Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now Joe Mixon. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 13th NFL season now. It's Matthew Stafford. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A little jet sweep to start the drive. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Off the fake to Akers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
After 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Gonna run the sweep here. This is Kupp. It back to the line of scrimmage. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. On the return is Brandon Powell. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for me. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Merry Christmas, Judah. There's 2 kids watching.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first
Look
and 10.
at Will be right now. He's literally right behind me.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And he'll fight forward maybe
Yo,
to the
how is
line of
this?
scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Yo. You monster. Yo, Judah, I'm going to the mall tomorrow. Fix this Apple Watch that I got. I got an Apple Watch, a shiesty, AirPods with a bait case.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Calling an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
Hey. Wildy. It's FaceTime Judah.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. Think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Yeah, now I got Beckham Jr. running this play. Because Cooper Kupp got subbed out.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Because it's working now.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup.
Yes.
Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
I got 2 yards from that one. All I need is like...
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep.
Buddy.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 2, just like we saw on 1st and 2nd down as well. Deuce is wild.
Punt?
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, I have to go inside.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And the Bengals will get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 42. They'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And here's a throw taken in by Burrow.
They all came together there in breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Burrow will throw. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback. And when he delivers,
and the Rams got it. They bring him down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. This time they stay on the ground. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing, and that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. The final shot before the break, Stafford. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the 2nd half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And able to get this out to the 25. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the 2nd half.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. First down. Here's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick-6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick-6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick-6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison in the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick-6 in the Super Bowl. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Let's go. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, listen, when you got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Whenever we're talking about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Mixon. And some nice running going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams 39. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Aaron Donald, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one hauled in by Sample. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Quite a decision there on 4th down. They didn't just want the first. They wanted 6 points. And following the interception, they're going to come away with neither.
And that's too bad, partner, because they really went for it on that one, right? Because I think in their mind, sometimes the illogical play is a logical play. But in this case, they were wrong.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. 2nd and 10 here in the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 56. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And Stafford's going to be taken down. That's a safety.
Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is taken at the 23. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. On third down, Burrow. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald, his second sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And we're at the time of the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Off of play action, here's Stafford. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
Play action. Stafford. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Logan Wilson able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Being chased out left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Stafford. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DJ Reader. In there to drop him for a loss on the play. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now it's Stafford. On the move to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short. 3rd and 1. Now Stafford. Steps away. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
They snap it to Stafford. Rolling to his left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
Now it's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Time for the...